What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. So guys, tomorrow is the big day, the 26th of July. The Criminal Enterprises DLC is releasing, and since we are getting very close to the release of the DLC, I thought it was a good idea to make a video basically telling you guys some very important info that you should know before the DLC releases. So the first thing that we will look at is the release time of the DLC. So we know the date, the 26th of July. But the time is also very important, of course. So with this DLC, just like all the other DLCs we had before, it will release at the same moment for everyone. So it's not like a new game that some people will get it earlier because in some countries it's midnight earlier. It will release at the same exact moment for everyone. Now, of course, because of time zones, for some people it will be during the day, for some people it will be during the night. But normally the time that a DLC releases is around 11 AM Central European Time. For the people in the UK, that will be 10 AM British Standard Time. For the people on the west coast of the USA, that is 2 AM Pacific Standard Time. On the east coast, it's 5 AM Eastern Time. Then for the people in India, it's 3:30 PM. And then for the rest of the world, I will try to leave a link in the description where you can basically add your city to the list, and then you can see how late it will be for your time zone. So for some people it will be very convenient, of course, it will be during the day, and then for others it can be during the night when you're sleeping, and that's of course not that nice. So for the people when it is during the night, I would recommend, if you have a console, leave it on standby, so at least when you wake up the DLC is already downloaded, and then you don't have to wait for the file to actually download. Then the next thing we're going to take a look at is the size of the DLC. Now for many people that have a fast connection, it's not that big of an issue because a DLC is small, but for others it can be kind of an issue. If we look at the previous DLCs, it's usually around 4 or 5 gigabytes. For this DLC, I'm not sure if it will be a little smaller because we don't have a lot of new content. The only real new content that we have is the cars and then also the new contact missions. But besides that, of course, we also have a lot of improvements, a lot of fixes that they will be adding. And this, of course, also makes the DLC a little bit bigger. So I would say my estimate is around 3 or 4 gigabytes. But I don't expect it to be higher than 5. So the last thing we're going to talk about is what should you do when you download the DLC and when you start up online. Because when you have a new DLC, of course, a lot of new content and then people might get lost. So you just need to know tomorrow. Until now, what we know is that we will be getting new cars, like I said, and then also new contact missions. The new cars, obviously, you know where to find them. For the new contact missions, you will probably get a phone call the moment that you will get online, so make sure to answer that, and then after that, it should be clear. I will also be posting videos tomorrow about all the new content, how to do stuff with the new DLC and stuff like that. So make sure to subscribe, and then you will be sure that you basically got everything right and that you didn't miss out on any new vehicle or any new mission. Besides that, I also just wanted to mention a couple of the most important things that will change with the DLC tomorrow. So if you want to see the full list of all the improvements, you can click top right now. But I would say the most important things that you should keep in mind is first of all the nerfing of the Oppressor Mark II. So the Oppressor Mark II, obviously a very overpowered vehicle in the game. They're gonna nerf it. Then we also have the selling in private sessions. So from now on, after this DLC, you will be able to sell all the products from your businesses in private sessions, which makes it a lot easier, of course. Then also a cooldown time will be added to all the heists of basically 1 day in GTA, so 48 minutes. And for KO Prico only, if you do it solo, the cooldown time will be. Then also they're gonna nerf KO Prico and actually all other heists as well. But basically when you complete any heist, there will always be a cooldown time now of 48 minutes, so 1 day in GTA Online. And for KO Prico, if you do it solo, it will be a cooldown time of 3 days, so 3 times 48 minutes in GTA Online. And then the last thing that is kind of important that you should definitely know, there are more things, like I said, there is a whole list. But the increasement in payment for races, adversary modes, and then also the most important one for heists, the original heists will get an increasement of 75% except the last one. And then the Doomsday heists and the last heist of the original heists will get an increasement of 50%. Also keep in mind, not everything will be releasing tomorrow, like we have seen in the past. Rockstar drip feeds content, so probably tomorrow will get around 10 vehicles, and then the rest of the vehicles they will drip feed, and we will get them with the weekly update on Thursday. And then maybe one more last thing, this is something that a lot of people forget. Tomorrow there will also be a new weekly update, so new discounts and stuff like that. But because there is a new DLC releasing, people often forget about this. A lot of YouTubers also just ignore it because there's more interesting stuff to post about. But tomorrow you'll also have new discounts and stuff like that in the game. So guys, that was it. Make sure to like, subscribe, check out the Discord in the description, and peace out, you guys.